Strolling along the familiar road, thoughts of my future occupy my mind. I yearn for a job that not only provides financial stability, but also allows me to dive into my true passion for art. The gaps in my work history, a result of frequent job changes, and concerns about age and limited opportunities weigh heavily on my mind. Suddenly, a man appears out of nowhere, sending me to the ground. Sorry, he gasps, quickly getting to his feet and extending a hand to help me up. I feel a strange flutter in my stomach as I take his hand to get up. Tall and handsome, fair with a set of gorgeous deep blue eyes and a warm smile, he seems to be from another country. It's fine, I say, brushing myself off. Are you okay? He nods, grateful for my concern. Thanks, I'm fine, he replies, his voice low and husky. Distant shouts reach us. He quickly hides in the corner, not letting go of my hand. Confused and with questions in my mind, he reads my expression and says, "Paparazzi." I peek around and see people with cameras and equipment running towards us. Without hesitation, I take charge. This way, I say, leading him toward the elevator, pressing the button for the second floor. Inside the elevator car, he makes a quick call to his team, learning that they will take at least 20 minutes to reach him. Concerned, I decide to call my friend Mahi, stating that I'll be heading to his office space inside the mall. Let's hope the paparazzi isn't there when we exit, I add, looking at him with determination. He nods, grateful for my unexpected assistance. Close proximity with him in the elevator is messing with my head, his deep voice, and a pleasant smell engulfing me. He stays really close, still holding my hand. Does he sense my eyes checking him out? His hands are still holding mine. He didn't let them go after helping me get up from the ground. I can feel his touch on my hands. I don't look at them. Is it because of the tension of paparazzi catching him that he is holding my hand? Or is it a reluctance to let them go? The elevator door opens, and I see Mahi just as I enter the office. We explain the situation, and he leads us to the meeting room, instructing the watchman not to let the media in and to let us sit there. As Mahi opened the door to the meeting room for us to wait, he sits very close to me. I can smell a sweet scent. Is it his perfume? Mahi left us alone there to get back to his work. Chisha, so why were they following you? Did you do something bad? Aaron raised an eyebrow, looked at me, and then smiled. What do you think? That you are some kind of a popular guy. So you don't know me? No, should I? Yes, he said, smiling. Chisha, it's not that. I simply don't know you. Aaron chuckles in response, his curiosity piqued. You're the first person to admit that. Most people approach me as if we're old acquaintances, failing to realize they know my characters and not the real me. Chisha smiled back at him. I seriously don't know you. I am an actor and a businessman. He leaned further close to show me his phone with a Google search on himself. I felt a strange, strong feeling. My heart beating increased that I could hear mine. Did he too feel the same warm feeling I felt? I wonder. I nod at him in response as no words come to me. As he straightens himself, I take a deep breath. Am I deluding myself into thinking he could be interested? Stupid me, I thought. Taking a deep breath, I dismiss the musings. Yes, attraction has found its way into my heart, and perhaps that is simply that. I simply smile at him. My phone dings with a WhatsApp message. Hi, this is Aaron here. Hi, I text back. Aaron, I didn't get the chance to thank you for the help. I send a smiley face while smiling like an idiot. I really want to thank you properly. Do you mind meeting me for lunch? No, that's not required, I reply. Please, I want to. I insist. My heart jumps up and down, but my brain debates. There's a chance for me to get my heart broken. For him, it means nothing. I remind myself, but still choose to meet him. He's waiting at the restaurant, and on seeing me, he comes to me and takes my hands, walking me to the table. While waiting for the order, I say, "This wasn't necessary." "I just wanted to see you," he replies. I am surprised at that comment. He smiles at my expression. "You are always on my mind from the moment I met you." I open my mouth to say something, but can't find any words. After a pause, I say, "I don't know what to say to that." He chuckles. "Okay, do you like me?" "Yeah, I guess. You are handsome and successful. Who wouldn't?" "Honestly, Chisha, I have never felt this way with anyone. I just wanted to date you. I get tense. I am new to this situation. I don't date, I say. He raises an eyebrow. You don't date, or you don't want to date me? Ah, no, I don't date. I haven't in the past. He looks at me surprised. I chuckle. Yeah, honestly, I haven't been approached by anyone, and I have no complaint either. Everything has a first, so let's try, he says to me. Actually, I would like to know you before we do something like that, I tell him. He chuckles. Okay, so let's get to know each other. The waiter approaches with the meals as he leaves. He continues the interrupted conversation. What do you want to know about me? Okay, but before that, let's start with the basics, I tell him. I ask him some silly questions, and we engage in fun conversations and finish the food. While leaving, he asks me jokingly, So now you know me? No, I reply. What? He asks. These are basic. I need to know you, I say. Aaron's team approaches, and we lose our privacy, so the conversation is dropped. Smiling, I wave at him and leave the restaurant. My phone dings even before I leave the building. What was that supposed to mean? I want to know you organically, without a question and answer session. So let's be in touch and let things develop, I reply. Okay, he replies. After we met, he found time to chat with me regularly, and we became friends very soon. I wasn't sure about dating him or having a relationship, as I am jobless and dependent. Very soon, Aaron has become a priority in my life. We are a middle-class family, and Aaron is super rich and settled in one of the biggest cities in the world, New York. He is here for investing in India, and probably he may leave after a couple of years maximum, I thought to myself. So whenever he brings up the topic of dating and a relationship, I get scared. I divert the conversation to something silly or about my interview, and so on. My dad abandoned us when I was 13 years old due to financial issues. Since he left, all the other relatives thought we would be a burden, and so they too kept their distance. Suddenly, I felt alone, like I have nowhere to put my thoughts, and then I gradually learned to bottle things up. As I grow older, I never really speak to anyone about my personal life. It took me years to realize it's okay. Things do happen. I don't trust people easily. I felt relationships are drama, so I'm better off single, so I have never been in one. I am not a very glamorous person, so not many people have approached me too. Aaron is breaking every single wall I have put up. When he invited me for lunch, I go saying it's an excuse to get out of the house, but actually, I am drawn to him like a magnet. My heart is desperate to be with him. His thoughts and actions, everything is exactly what a woman like me could dream to have in life. Every moment with him brings a smile to my face. When I am with him in person, my heart beats so fast that I could hear it. Despite all my inhibitions on so many things, I am falling in love with him, and he can feel it too. The way he looks at me feels like he can read me like a book, even if I try to cover it. Talking to Aaron for a month, joking with him, teasing him, goofing around with him, I constantly remind myself that my priority is I just need to find a job that could help me live my life, and also one that can save for my old age. Whatever this is with Aaron, it's an experience, maybe one that I can reminisce when I am old. I continue to apply for jobs and get some interview calls. I attend a few. Then one day I get a call back from a company named Inspired World Corporation, IWC, as a project coordinator where I had attended an interview. They called to ask me to join the next week. The person whom I wanted to share this good news, Aaron's face, came to my mind, so I call him and tell him the news. He is happy for me and congratulates me. Very soon, Aaron has become a priority in my life. That thought did scare me a little. I still haven't agreed to have a relationship with him. But still, he is putting up with me. He is a keeper. My heart is constantly telling me. As I began my new job in my hometown, the pay exceeded my expectations, and my eagerness to start working was palpable. As I entered the reception area, I introduced myself to the lady. I'm the new joiner, Chisha, and she handed me a pass with a warm smile. In the lift, heading for the 5th floor, I was taken aback to find Aaron waiting for me. Aaron, hi, I was waiting for you. Nice meeting you again. My mouth hung open in both surprise and wonder. Why was he there? Chisha, what are you doing here? Aaron, smiling. This is my company, and I also wanted to give you a chance to know me. Since I spend the majority of my time working, this works. Was he serious? Did he mean it when he said he wanted to date me? Me? Taking a deep breath and pretending not to understand, I asked, "What do you mean?" "Aaron, you'll see. Come on." I followed him into a spacious office, black and gray, with a large wood executive desk in the middle. One side boasted full windows overlooking the road and city, with a sofa set at the corner. Aaron asked, "So, what do you want to know?" I chose to remain professional. "You hired me for work. I guess that's what is important now." He let out a breath, walked behind his desk, and made a call, promising I'd find out soon. "So, what do you want to know?" "That's not how this works." Slightly disappointed, Aaron got up and walked over to me. "Don't you feel this?" He gestured between us with his hands, and I couldn't deny the electric charge in the air. "Aaron, I do need a job." Smiling, Aaron seemed pleased. He stepped closer, standing within my personal space, and for some inexplicable reason, I liked it. A knock on the door interrupted the moment. Aaron stayed put, and as I took a step back, I unexpectedly bumped into him. He held me, preventing a fall. Simultaneously, the door opened, and a man entered the room. Though he witnessed the unexpected encounter, he said nothing. "You wanted someone for the project. She is the one I told you." Day 5, Friday. Since my first day, Luke had assigned me tasks for the ongoing project and provided a small briefing on what was already in place. My role involved coordinating the project, and after completing my tasks, I headed home. I had seen Aaron only on my first day. Afterward, he seemed to vanish. Despite searching for him subtly during coffee breaks, lunch, and even bathroom breaks, he remained elusive. I wanted to spot him, but it never happened. As I returned to my seat, Luke asked me to assist Aaron with a task, handing me some files. I knocked on Aaron's office door. "Come in," he said. Entering, I found him seated on the sofa. All those emotions from our first encounter flooded back, but I reminded myself to remain professional. I walk over and deliberately take the seat opposite to him. He glances up at me, disapproval evident in his face, but says nothing. As I keep the files on the tabletop in the middle of us, he takes a deep breath and says, "So let me be clear. I gave you 5 days to settle in, and now, when you and I are together, you are mine, to get back to the getting to know you organically thing." He smiles, making it clear that he understands the meaning behind all the silly things I told him. I look at him. "Okay, let's do this," he says. "Can you get me a coffee?" I walked out to fetch one, returning to find him still in the same spot. I handed him the coffee, and out of nowhere, he caught my hand, gently pulling me to sit beside him. "Please," he said, "I'm not used to this wooing thing." "We're at the office," I replied. "Yeah, my office," he said. "Aaron, look, Chisha, I'm attracted to you, and I want to see where it leads. I really want to try us." Chisha: "I know, and I want to as well, even though it's a little unbelievable for me." "Unbelievable. Why? Isn't it obvious? I have never been in any relationship, and honestly, I don't get along with wealthy folks. I am from a middle-class family, and all of my thoughts and what I do also will be like that." "Aaron, look, I don't deny the attraction I have for you. It's strong, really strong. When having a serious relationship, these things do matter. As we get to know each other, our habits, viewpoints, and stuff like that play a vital role. Moreover, there is a whole cultural difference between us. That's why organically, when we take things slow and get to know each other, we understand the difference. It's not an easy thing. Plus, I don't mind labels, but it will matter to you since there is the whole media behind your back. Have you given any thought to those? And now I have to work here, and you are my boss. How is that going to look in the news?" "Okay, so you know how to talk sensibly," Aaron responds. "What?" I ask him. In spite of telling him so many things to worry about, he is interested in my talking skills. "Yeah, I was messing with him a little, but these are some valid considerations. Thank you for pointing those out to me, but I will find a solution for that. Plus, my personal life has nothing to do with those paparazzi. Your only concern now is that I'm more attracted to you than before." He leans forward, very close to my face. "Don't you think that getting to know me should also include how I can kiss you?" he says. I sit there, confused at the change of situation. He leans in more, and all I do is close my eyes. He chuckles and sits up straight. I was leaning backward when he advanced, so I sit up and take a deep breath, but I could feel the burning in my cheeks. It's the first time I appreciated my brown skin tone. Just as I was going to grab the file I was working on, he catches my face and kisses me on my lips, and I let him. In that moment, I was totally blank and melted in his arms. Get a grip, you guys. Some of us work here. Luke's voice cut through the moment. Aaron let me go but held my hands. Luke sat on the opposite sofa to us. Chisha, I know my opinion doesn't matter, but don't think this man is ever going to leave you. Challenge him, and it sends his senses on fire. No one could mess with his hair like that. Even I feel you both fit together. Get out, Aaron said to Luke, but he just smiled and sat there. See, it's the only thing that can let him lose his cool. Yeah, and he is the only idiot here who dares to disobey me like this. So you guys are friends? I asked both of them. Yeah, we are, Aaron replied. So, will you come to a date with me tomorrow? He asked me. I took a deep breath and thought to go with the flow. Yeah, I will. Aaron kisses me again, but this time on my cheek. Whoa, okay, but first, no more kissing here. Let's get out and grab some lunch. We head to a nearby restaurant, and I feel that Luke is also a nice guy. Both Aaron and Luke are really cousins, but they are more like friends to each other. In the evening, Aaron insists on dropping me home. I tell him it's just 5 p.m. and I can manage, but he is adamant. Okay, what the hell? I think to myself and get in. I give him directions to my house. We reach my home, and out of courtesy, I invite him in. He comes in, and I introduce him to my mom. I have a dog, and he too is welcoming Aaron, sitting in front of him and accepting the love. I go in to make a cup of tea, and I hear Aaron speak to my mom. I would like to have a serious conversation with you. I like your daughter and would like to date her. Oh my God, what is he doing? I think to myself and I peek out of the kitchen and gesture for him not to say anything, but he continues. She is having her doubts regarding the people involved in both of our lives, so I thought to ask you first, and I promise I will be respectful to her cultural upbringing. My mom is surprised. She asks him about his family and some personal details. Finally, she says, I will speak to her and get back to you, as if it's some arranged marriage proposal. Yeah, that will do, Aaron says to my mom. He has tea, chats for a while, bids goodbye, and leaves. What's going on? Mom asks me as soon as he leaves. Mom, he is the owner of the company I'm working with. Yes, he is super rich and Christian, I guess, even though he doesn't go to church and all. Honestly, I don't think he is religious. I deliberately keep the fact that we know each other before, as I haven't told her about meeting him. And I think I too like him. It's just we want to take things a little slow, to get to know each other and our families and all. I hope it's okay if I just take one chance at this. I feel he is a genuine guy. Hmm, Mom responds. I also skipped telling her about tomorrow's date, and instead, I said I have to go in tomorrow. Why? She asks. Because I have some pending work that requires immediate attention. In reality, Luke and Sarah will be working, and I too should have been working with them. But since Aaron stole me, Mary had to come in. But I don't reveal that to her. My sister also wants to know details, and I tell her what I told Mom. But he is your boss, and you did struggle to get one, and it's only been 5 days since you joined this company, she said. Yeah, I know, I agree. I'm just taking a chance here. Plus, my direct boss is the other partner, Luke. Mentally, I decide to take a chance on life for myself. I have known Aaron for more than a month now. Plus, my feelings for him are very strong. Saturday's here, bringing the excitement of my first official date with Aaron. The day is filled with nerves and anticipation. Since he mentioned it's a restaurant date, I decided to surprise him by wearing a sari. We settle on a cozy cafe near the sea, a spot with a serene ambiance, a perfect choice. As I walk into the cafe, I spot Aaron already seated, and his face lights up with a smile as our eyes meet. Aaron, clearly taken by the grace of the sari, compliments, You look stunning, Chisha. This was unexpected, and I love it. Our cafe rendezvous takes a delightful turn, evolving into an afternoon stroll on the nearby beach. My sari dances in the cool breeze. While we chat, I express my love for the sea, and I can't help but smile, knowing that Aaron remembers those conversations, warming my heart. Sitting on the beach sand, we discover common interests and shared values. It becomes evident that our connection isn't bound by societal expectations. I'm convinced it has the potential to blossom into something profound. Aaron, playfully tugging my hair behind my ear as it dances in the sea breeze, touches my ear, causing the hairs on my hands and neck to stand. He notices, smiles, and asks, "Would you like to do this again?" Equally pleased with how the day unfolds, I respond, "Yes, definitely." As Aaron leans in for a kiss, I step back, playfully reminding him it's a public place and not the right moment. He cuts me off, placing his hand on my lips, revealing that we're on a private beach. As the sun dips below the horizon, he kisses me. We stay on the beach, me leaning on his chest in a warm embrace. In my heart, I thank the universe for granting me this beautiful moment. Every day, working alongside Luke, Aaron, and the team, I learn so many new things. They are patient with me, and I give my best to the project. Luke and I grow to be good friends. He's a mentor at work and a total goofball, like a younger brother to me. We play pranks on each other, and even team up to play pranks on Aaron. The team at the office has no idea about all this. Aaron has to leave for New York for personal reasons. I'm already feeling down at the news but don't want to bother him, so I act all fine. A week is going to fly really fast, I tell him. Luke informs me that there's some negotiation to be done on one of our projects with the project sponsor in New York, and a part of our team has to fly with him. I'm also selected for the business trip. Excited at the news, I have no clue if I'll be able to see Aaron. I assume his family will want to be close to him since he's staying there only for a week. I couldn't ask him directly because then he might find time to be with me, and I feel that would be selfish. So even during our conversations, I don't bring it up and kind of avoid the topic, although avoiding it might not be the best choice. Thankfully, he doesn't bring it up much either, as I know he has a lot on his mind and many tasks to deal with. One day, I gather the courage to ask, "Will you text me sometimes after you go?" He smiles and replies, "If you want me to." I get a bit annoyed. "Yes, I want you to, but I don't want you to stress more too." He chuckles, and I get up and go to my workstation. He comes to me and says, "I will text you the details." Official, but I get what I want. "Yes, sir," I reply back. He smiles and walks away. Relieved, I continue my work. Experiencing a mix of emotions, I embark on my first international flight with Linda, Luke, and Mary, chosen to fly with Luke for the meeting. Sitting in the waiting area, a surge of anticipation and nervousness overtakes me. Attempting to calm my racing thoughts, I take deep breaths, focusing on relaxation. Suddenly, my gaze is captivated by a pair of mesmerizing deep blue eyes. Aaron! I notice him glancing in my direction and offer a warm smile in return. His dazzling smile leaves me momentarily captivated, but I swiftly shift my focus to my phone, diverting my attention. In public, I resist the urge to approach Aaron and initiate a conversation, uncertain of my true feelings in that moment. Considering the public setting, I decide to exercise caution. Luke joins Aaron and they approach us. Luke informs us of a small change of plan. I have to accompany Aaron because someone needs to be near him to coordinate things with his team. I'm surprised at this information. As the announcement comes for our flight, we head to the boarding gate with tickets in hand. Boarding the plane, we find that our seats are split. Mary and Linda sit together, and mine is 2 rows behind them in some business class cabins. Luke and Aaron are somewhere else, nowhere to be seen. I take my designated seat and wait for takeoff. Sensing someone taking the seat next to mine, I look up and find myself face to face with those same mesmerizing deep blue eyes and Aaron's handsome smile. "Hi," he greets. I reply with a smile, saying, "Hi," in return. "What are you up to?" I ask. "You'll see," he replies, smiling, and I can sense mischief hidden behind those eyes. No problem. I'll get it out of him, I think to myself. We enjoy our flight together, his hugs keeping me warm, and the love that grows between us is all new to me, and I'm enjoying every moment. At the airport, we all gather, and Aaron and I get into a car. Instead of heading to a hotel, we go to an apartment. I look at him. He smiles and leads me to the door, opening it. We enter, and it's empty but fresh and clean. I like the place as soon as I step in. A large living hall with 2 walls of glass overlooking the garden. Stairs lead up to 2 bedrooms with attached bathrooms. On the way to the second living area upstairs, there's a small office area with an executive desk and chairs. Every wall is in black, white, and gray, matching the furniture. I love it. He walks me to one of the two rooms and says, "This is yours for now." "That's mine. Let's freshen up. We need to go somewhere." "It's a surprise, so don't ask." I look at him inquisitively and bat my eyelids, trying to act cute to get something out of him. He chuckles, but quickly composes himself. He simply says, "You too should get ready. If you need anything to eat or drink, check the kitchen. Anna will be here any time now to prepare our breakfast." So I go to get a shower, and when I come out, I hear sounds downstairs, and I really need coffee. When I come down to the kitchen, I see a lady wearing an apron busy in the kitchen. She's surprised to see me there, but she asks, "What would you like to have, miss?" "If you don't mind, can I get a coffee?" "No, two, actually." "Sure," Anna replies. She gives me two mugs with coffee, and I decide to take one for Aaron and to see if I can get anything out of him. So I walk up the stairs to Aaron's room. I delicately cradle a steaming cup of coffee, my heart overflowing with affection. As I stand before his door, I gather courage before gently knocking. However, my hand pauses midair as the sight upon entering leaves me breathless. Aaron, shirtless, stands in front of the mirror, his chiseled physique on full display. Draped only in a towel, he combs his hair, oblivious to my presence. Overwhelmed by a wave of emotions, I can't tear my eyes away from his reflection. From his muscular torso to the towel wrapped around his waist, my feelings intensify with each passing moment. Captivated by Aaron's reflection and the way the towel hugs his waist. Aaron senses my approach. A mischievous smile plays on his lips. Turning towards me, Aaron's lips curl into a knowing smile. I quickly regain composure, extending the cup of coffee, my cheeks flushed with shyness. Taking a step closer, Aaron accepts it graciously, the warmth of our connection palpable. Closing the gap between us, he accepts the offering with a gentle touch of our hands. "Like what you see?" he teases, his voice laced with affection. Overwhelmed by bashfulness, I stammer, I will go get ready," attempting to turn and retreat to my room. Before I can step away, Aaron seizes me by the waist, pulling me into a warm embrace. His lips brush against my ear as he whispers, "I love the way you look at me," pausing with adoration in his voice, "and this look on your face." My eyes drop, a shy smile playing on my lips. I try to free myself from his hold, but Aaron keeps me firmly, using a single finger to lift my chin and meet his gaze. "You know I love you, and you love me too," he says. "So why hide it?" Surrendering to overwhelming emotions, I let myself be consumed by our love. Aaron seals our connection with a tender kiss. As he releases me, I ask, "Where are we going?" "No," he replied. "Please, one clue," I ask. "Do you want me to take this off and continue?" Gesturing his towel. No, I will get ready in 10. I ran away from there and got ready, and came downstairs. Luke was there, sitting in the living room, sipping coffee. Anna laid down breakfast for the three of us. In the car, I remain silent as we drive into a mansion and an elderly couple welcomes us. The lady comes to me lovingly, "So you are Chisha." Surprised, I smile at her and then I look at Aaron. "This is my mom and this is my dad," he said. "Oh, hi, namaste," I reply. Surprise is evident in both my face and my voice. Margaret, Aaron's mom, lovingly scolded them. "You guys didn't tell her." "I'm Margaret and this is David," she said, introducing me. The proud parents of this lovely, handsome boy, Luke jokingly continues Margaret's intro, and all of us laugh at that. "Chisha, dear Aaron has told us so much about you." "Really?" "I hope it's all good things." "Oh, absolutely. He's been singing your praises." "Well, I'm honored. I was a bit nervous, you know." "No need to be, dear. Aaron's choice is always fantastic. Plus, I'm glad he finally is in love." "Aaron was so excited to introduce you to us. He says you're an amazing person." "Well, I think he's pretty amazing too." In the evening, Aaron and I stand alone outside in the mansion garden. He asks me, "So what do you say? You like them?" "Yeah, I do," I reply. "I hope they like me too," I add. "Oh, they do," comes an answer from behind both of us. "It's David, Aaron's dad." We bid goodbye to both of them. Luke remained. It seemed he was staying with them. Aaron drove the car, and my mind was fully occupied by the thoughts of today's events, the way my life was turning around. Was I scared? I guess a little. Everything is going perfectly well. I prayed in my mind and thanked God for his blessings. I didn't realize where we were going, But then we drove to a building near the beach. We got down, and I saw it was all lit up, decorated. We went in, and as he opened the door to the room, I saw a table in the middle of the hall with candles, flowers, and some sweets. Aaron took my hand and led me to the table, took the cute small blue box kept on a beautiful stand, and handed it to me. I opened it. It was a pair of rings, and tears came running in my eyes. It's then he got on one knee and asked me, "Will you be mine?" "Yes," I replied and took his hands, gesturing for him to stand up. I held out my hand, and he slipped the ring into it. I took the other one and slid it onto his finger. It was a perfect ring, a perfect fit for me. We kissed. "I love you," he smiled and said. "I love you too." He walked over to the sofa set nearby and pulled back the curtain, revealing the beautiful beach. It was already getting dark. We sat on the sofa overlooking the beach and water. Aaron was getting someone to clear the decor. As I sat there looking at the calm beach, all my thoughts were on the day's events, feeling blessed and lucky. Then the ring in my hand. I admired it. It was a sleek ring with small white, blue, and pink stones perfectly arranged in a line. Simple and beautiful. Lost in thought, I didn't realize Aaron's presence until his warm hands enveloping me brought me to reality. "Did you like it?" "Yes," I reply instantly, my voice choking with an overwhelming amount of happiness and gratefulness. I lean onto his chest and close my eyes. Our hands intertwined. We sat there. "I love you," I whispered to Aaron. "I love you too," he replied, kissing my head and tightening the embrace. The moon was watching us from above the sky. I thanked the universe for this gift, for this wonderful man, Aaron, the love of my life. "It's a full moon," I said. "Yeah," he said. We stared at the sky, the moon and the stars, sitting on the sofa in his embrace, fell asleep in his arms.